When we hear the word discipline, many of us immediately think of strict routines, tough training, or those legendary figures who seem to have it all figured out. But the truth is, discipline isn't just about willpower or being tough. It's about making a promise to yourself, to show up, to do the work, and to keep moving forward, even when you don't feel like it. Here's a reality check. Discipline isn't easy. If it were, everyone would have perfect bodies, thriving careers, and fancy cars. It doesn't work like that. And it's not because you lack motivation after watching a late-night inspirational video or scrolling through TikTok. We all know the alarm rings at 5 a.m., and we hit snooze without a second thought. So why is it so hard to be disciplined? And how do we actually develop it? First, understand that your brain is wired to seek comfort and avoid discomfort. Modern life has made it effortless to give in to distractions, fast food in minutes, endless entertainment at your fingertips, instant social connections without having to face awkwardness. When comfort is this accessible, it's no wonder our willpower struggles. But here's the catch. Discipline grows when you push yourself to face resistance, when you choose action over comfort, even if it's the last thing you want to do. Think about it like building a skill. No one is born disciplined. It's something you develop by repeatedly making the choice to do what's necessary, even when it's uncomfortable. Imagine discipline like training to be a marathon runner. When you first start, running even a mile feels exhausting. Your legs burn, your lungs struggle, and you want to quit. But every time you lace up and push through, even when you don't feel like it, you're building your stamina and toughness. Those short runs are like small victories that prepare you to go farther and faster. Over time, the miles get easier because your body and mind have adapted to the challenge. Discipline works the same way. Each small effort you make strengthens your ability to handle bigger challenges ahead. Just like you wouldn't become a great basketball shooter by only watching videos, you won't build discipline by just talking about it or watching motivational content. It takes consistent, real-world practice, showing up even when you don't feel like it, over and over. You might look at someone who studies for 12 hours a day and think they're just naturally disciplined. But the truth is, they've spent years training that muscle. Their discipline is a product of countless small moments of commitment, sometimes under pressure or tough conditions. That here's some signs to back it up. There's a part of your brain called the anterior midcingulate cortex. Let's call it the AMC. This part controls your willpower, your ability to stay focused on long-term goals. Studies show people with higher willpower tend to have a stronger AMC. The good news? You can strengthen this area of your brain, but only by regularly doing things that challenge. Things you don't want to do. But beware, forcing yourself into extreme routines that don't fit your current readiness will only lead to burnout. Before you aim to study for 8 hours straight or run 20 miles at dawn, look at your daily habits. Are you making your bed? Is your room tidy? These small, simple actions build a foundation. If you can't commit to these little tasks, if you can't stick to the simple daily habits, expecting to conquer big goals is like trying to build a skyscraper without laying a solid foundation first. Without those small, steady steps, everything else just falls apart when pressure mounts. Small acts of discipline, like washing dishes, making your bed, or walking the dog even when you'd rather not, matter more than you think. They add up. Each time you do these without giving into laziness, you're training your brain to become stronger. It's the principle of compounding. Tiny, consistent efforts grow into powerful habits. If you're lost on where to start, set clear, reasonable non-negotiables for yourself. These are small daily or weekly goals that you commit to no matter what. For example, maybe it's working out 4 times a week or dedicating 3 hours a day to focused work. They don't have to be massive, just consistent. When these habits become easier, you can gradually raise the bar. Discipline isn't about punishing yourself endlessly. It's about loving yourself enough to do what's best for your future. Real self-respect means choosing long-term benefits over short-term pleasures, turning away from harmful habits, and instead building a life your future self will thank you for. Think about. When was the last time you regretted doing your homework or working hard? Probably never. But how many times have you wished you'd gotten started sooner? It's easier to avoid the hard work now, but harder to live with the consequences later, whether that's poor health, stress, or missed opportunities. Start your day like you're choosing your breakfast carefully. If you start with distractions, like mindless social media scrolling, you're setting yourself up to crave more easy pleasure and harder tasks feel even worse. But if you tackle the toughest thing first thing, maybe a workout or a focused study session, everything else in the day becomes easier. You build your tolerance for challenge early on, making success a habit. If you still struggle, here's a powerful exercise. Write down exactly who the disciplined version of you is. What do they do? How do they think? How do they treat themselves? Then, commit to living like that person every day. This isn't about pretending or being someone. It's about stepping into the best version of yourself with confidence and intention. Discipline isn't some hidden secret or quick fix. It's the simple, sometimes uncomfortable act of doing what you don't feel like doing consistently. Yes, it will be tough, but every step forward adds up. Your future self will thank you for it, and one day you'll look back with pride at how far you've come.